Welcome to the one and only Whitney from iTapBoys.com. Whitney, how are you tonight?
I'm great. How are you guys?
We're really good. Thanks for joining us on the air. And let's give everybody a little background who hasn't been to iTapBoys.com or listened to a show on Figure 4 and heard all about you. So give everybody a little background on all things Whitney.
All right. Well, iTap Boys is a brand that I started a few years ago, and it's all about women and girls doing Jiu-Jitsu. I have a clothing line, and I've recently also started to sponsor fighters. I have fitness and nutrition advice from Team Vigety, and it's just all around a great place to come and check out my Facebook and talk with other women who are doing Jiu-Jitsu and mixed martial arts.
Very cool. How did you first get into Jiu-Jitsu?
Well, myself, like a lot of other women who I've met over the years, got started because their boyfriend or husband was already training, and then they watched for a few times, and then thought, hey, I'll give this a try, and then it just was really fun. So that's how I got involved. Brian had been training for a couple years before I started, and so he kind of helped me along. I was the only girl in my class when we first got started. So, and then once it's kind of like you see one other girl in the class, and some others will join and follow along.
So now you'd say there's quite a few women that are taking Jiu-Jitsu. You were kind of a pioneer then, at least in your area.
A little bit. It kind of felt like it. Definitely at my school. There was one other girl who kind of went a little bit. But as far as like belt testing, I don't think there was another blue belt in my school that was a female before I was. And then, eventually it just kind of snowballed. And now at the school that we have now, there's me, 1, 2, 3, 4 other women in the class. And then we have our own dedicated women's self-defense and jiu-jitsu class that I teach on the weekends. And there's like 10 girls in that. So you just got to start from somewhere, I guess.
Now, what was it like going to a Gracie seminar?
I've been to a few of them, and they're always really good because a lot of the Gracies, they're just really good presenters. I mean, they're almost carnies because they just, the way that they sell the program and their moves and everything that they do is just, they make it really easy to fall in love with jiu-jitsu. So, I went to one back in, I think, September that was for all women, and it was really self-defense focused, and that was taught by Henry Gracie. Him and his brother have a school out of Torrance, California, and that's basically the Gracie headquarters, and they're very good at marketing, and that's what they do. They want to sell you their program, and they're also, of course, very good at jiu-jitsu. And so they're very good at explaining it and setting up scenarios when you would use a certain move and making sure that everyone, no matter your size, fitness level, ability level, that you can do the moves that they're teaching. So, they set you up for success, and that's what makes it really fun and appealing.
Now, I might be one of the few people north of the border to actually have a Team Vigety t-shirt. I talked to Peach way back when. This is before I started at Angry Marks, and I needed some advice for training for a 5K run, and I was talking about running a 5K here in February. It was like minus 25, minus 30 Celsius with the wind chill.
Oh my gosh.
And yeah. And Peach basically said almonds is the best way to get that fuel tank going when you're running. Is almonds still part of the Team Vigety diet?
Oh yes, almonds are a staple, and I'm like addicted to them now. I think they're great. I crave almonds. I never thought I would do that. It's kind of like you crave like salty potato chips. It's like you crave salty almonds, and I'm really particular too about which brand and which type that I get, and it's a bit of a fetish, I guess. It's kind of weird now, but I like a certain brand, and in a certain, flavor, and they're a lifesaver. And I feel like I'm just exhausted and starving. I just have a handful of almonds and good to go.
Absolutely. I never thought I'd be addicted to them either, but I think I'm training now for next run in May, and I had to go to the store the day, and I looked at them, and I'm like, oh, my enemy once again. Here we go.
Yeah.
But, oh, man. I still get looks at the gym wearing the Team Vigity t-shirt, and it's like, where'd you get that shirt? And I say, you got to go on teamvigity.com. And I had one girl actually ask me, because not many guys wearing pink t-shirts. So she asked me, what other sites are there? And I'm like, I think the only one I said was iTap Boys.
Yeah, I have a pink one too, and Brian has a pink one, and I always get the funniest questions. It's like a pink shirt, but with a big, tough macho man guy on it, and, going to Starbucks, and people are like, oh, that's a cute shirt. Where'd you get that? But I wear it with pride. I like it.
Absolutely, same here. I don't think I've ever worn it to Starbucks, but I worn it to the gym quite a few times.
Yeah.
What is the latest and greatest item right now at itapboys.com?
Ooh, well, I have hoodies. They're super, super soft. They got the big logo on the back. They're in awesome colors, black, white, and turquoise. And they're just perfect for wintertime. And they're a nice feminine cut. They're not really close on the neck. It has a little bit of like a V-neck, which is nice for the ladies. So definitely check those out. itapboys.com. I have a store. And, yeah, order yours.
One of the divisions of women's MMA in Strikeforce is being eliminated, and all eyes are pointed on Cyborg right now. She's the target, and everybody's saying it's her fault, and she took things she shouldn't have taken. And there's somebody who competes in Jiu-Jitsu and knows women's MMA. I'm sure you've got an opinion on the whole Cyborg controversy.
Yeah, well, I'm a little bit more of a casual fan for MMA, but I do follow a lot of that. First of all, not surprising that she was taking steroids, and it's really disappointing, because women's MMA really needs some strong leaders. It's underrepresented, and she was a strong leader. And now that it came out that she was taking steroids, it's it's really sad to see that now they're eliminating the division, and it's a step backwards, I think. Yeah, it's unfortunate. I think the only thing she can do now is to come back and honestly be clean, and still still win, still beat all of her opponents like she's been doing in the past. Because it's, at least I think, it's pretty clear that she hasn't been clean for any of those fights. So, yeah, I think it's also another good opportunity for some other fighters like Ronda Rousey to really step up and take a good leadership role and try to make headway with women's MMA.
Yeah, and I think a lot of the issues that everybody really keys in on with Cyborg is that when men are taking steroids or testosterone boosters, they're giving themselves more than what they already have. But what Cyborg was taking was giving herself something that doesn't naturally occur in women on the basis of which she was taking it for. It's like that is even more obviously than with men. That's a competitive advantage.
Yeah, and a lot of people are very concerned that it's dangerous for her to go in there with other, much smaller, weaker opponents. And she's only, it's her fault, really. I mean, she was responsible for everything going in her body, and she may be the best fighter in the world, clean. She may be, because she trains a lot and she has excellent technique and excellent fighting skills. But she has to go in now and prove herself. It just sucks. It's so disappointing to see something like that happen.